She's getting her license right now. She doesn't know yet. Daphne, same thing, right? You have to engage your brain in every, so that's kind of fun. And the other thing is, when you work on your business, by definition, you have to engage your brain and connect with whatever's going on. The other thing is, this course is an open invitation for you guys to rethink your views and how you see and how you communicate your value proposition to others. We talk on the flyer of this course, the question that it asks you guys is, how would you answer the question, why should I hire you? How would you answer that question? So, hey, Shad, why should I hire you instead of somebody else? What's so great about you, right? And all of us kind of say the same stuff. And it isn't because we don't have great value, and it isn't because we're not unique, but we all kind of, it's kind of this thing in real estate. And if you guys been to trainings and stuff, they even teach it, right? Well, you know, I'm really great at communication. My company's #1. I'm, you know, here's all my client testimonials, blah, 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 right? I'm the #1 real estate agent in Sonoma County who has sold 4-bedroom, 1-bath homes and weighs over 210 pounds. I mean, you know, you could always be #1 at something. I mean, and so people, you know, and I'm sure you guys have great value propositions. So don't misunderstand. I'm not saying that people don't have great value propositions, but the ability to succinctly communicate it and then actually connect with the person that you're communicating it to transfer the passion that you have for what you bring to the table. The reason why someone would have to be a fool to hire anybody but you, regardless of price, if you don't feel that way about your value proposition, they're not going to either. And lucky for you, if you don't have that kind of a value proposition, the lucky thing for you is that what percentage of sellers hire the first real estate agent that they meet with? It's some high, what is it? It's some high percentage, I don't even know. It's like over 80% or over, like close to 80%. So correct, the good news is, if you're likable, you're going to get hired anyway, most of the time. But a lot of times, there's competition. And even if there's not, I talked to you guys about why I stopped selling and went into coaching and training and being with Keller Williams and being the team leader. If you can really connect with the passion that you have for your business, if you really feel that way, that anybody who doesn't hire you is an idiot, if you have that inside you, then it keeps you going in those deals that drive you nuts. And it makes you get up in the morning and go to work after you've been up, you know, late at night working on a deal, that kind of thing, because it gives you that passion. So the other thing is, this course is a challenge to you guys to open your mind and your heart to real beliefs about real estate business and get in touch with your passion. So what do I mean by real beliefs? Well, rather than platitudes, rather than what you heard somebody else say that sounded cool, so you're going to say it now, what do you really believe? What do you really believe about the real estate business? There are some things that I believe about the real estate business that on the face of them, you might not necessarily want to tell a prospective client, depending on the situation that you're in, right? Be honest. So we're going to get into that stuff today, and this is a workshop, okay? So it requires participation. You guys are going to role play some stuff with each other. You guys are going to walk out of this workshop today with at least the skeleton of your unique value proposition, why I would have to be a fool to hire anybody but John O'Keefe. That's going to be pretty close to done, if not done, by the time you guys leave. And if it's something that you really connect with and you really truly believe, it's going to change the way you feel about your job, about your business. So I'm excited about this. Somebody did this for me. And I got in touch with this in my business early on, and it changed everything. Everything starts with a great needs analysis. Who knows what a needs analysis is?
Analyzing needs.
Yeah, right. It's analyzing needs. That's correct, right? So, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Needs analysis. You raise your hand. You know what a needs analysis is. So, can you help someone get what they want without asking questions?
No,
Why not?
because you don't know what they want.
Yeah. How are you going to know what they want, right? But what do a lot of people do? They walk into a listing appointment, or they have a buyer meet them, and their intention is to get a buyer-broker agreement. And the first thing they do after they look at the house is they're like, hey, you know what, your house is really awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really excited about this. If we could just sit down here at the table, let me show you what I brought you. All right, and then it's like, you know, I'm the number one this, I'm the number one that, and your house it's beautiful. Congratulations, it's going to sell. Here's all the comps that I brought, right? And here's what I feel like the price range is going to sell in is. Have I answered any questions? No, that sounds pretty good. Well, listen, we're going to think about it, and we'll give you a call. We're leaning towards listing our house with you. Don't worry. Who's heard that before? That's the kiss of death. All right. So, what was missing?
Them.
Yeah. Right? And you start, and even your unique value proposition, right? So what if your unique value proposition is, here's the way I'm going to get you, net you way more money than everybody else. And what do they care about? They don't even care about that. They want a fair price, but they have to be in Arizona in 45 days. And you don't even know. So the needs analysis is fundamental to the beginning of any sales situation, no matter what. And the reason I wanted to start this class with the needs analysis is because it's going to lay down a path for your unique value proposition, for part of your unique value proposition. So let's take some questions. I think that one of the cool things about classes like this is there's what, 50 people in here? 50 heads are better than one. So let's talk about some really great questions to ask. And let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that it's a listing appointment that you're on, and you've toured the house, and you're sitting down to talk to the person at the kitchen table. What's a great question to start with? Who knows?
Why are you selling?
Why do you want to sell your house?
Why are you selling? Hey, wouldn't it be good to know that?
Yeah.
Good answer.
Okay. Why are you selling? Who's got another one? Hey, is everybody sleeping? It's not loud enough in here. What's going on?
When would you want to move?
Huh?
When do you need to move?
When do you want to do that by? Or when do you need to move?
Where
When?
are you moving? How quickly are
Yeah,
you?
where are you?
Huh?
Where are you moving?
Okay, hang on. So when do you need, you need to?
How?
When? Where you going?
I'd say where.
I'm leaving space in here for a reason.
Yeah, because that first question opens up a bunch of other questions.
Ooh, you're right. You're right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hold that thought. Where are you going? Who said something else?
What's the most important thing to you about this sale?
Oh, love it. How'd you think of that? Do you actually care about what they think is important?
Yeah.
That might be why you asked that question. And that's what they're going to think when you ask that question. What's important to you? Okay? And there's more. Yes, Elizabeth.
I was just gonna say, what's your greatest concern?
Yeah, kind of along the
Or
same line.
fear.
Love it. What's keeping you up at night about, when you think about making this move, what's keeping you up at night? Whatever. I mean, everybody has their own personal styles about how they ask questions, and you want to be yourself. So whatever your language you're going to use, but these are great. Wouldn't you want to know this stuff? Because like the example I gave, I'm sitting down with Alice and we're talking about listing your property, and I'm going over about how great I am and how I can sell your house super fast and get you with the least, in the least amount of time, with the least amount of hassle for top dollar, right? And you're like, the whole time you're thinking, oh my God, is he gonna leave because I don't care about any of this stuff? Because what I really need is, look, he doesn't know this, but I have made my last 2 payments, or whatever, right? There's not a lot of that going on out here anymore, but there was, right? And there might be again. Are we making new foreclosures right now?
There will be again.
Yes, we are. So the reason I left some space, actually this is probably better to demonstrate. Here's the reason I left some space. Brett, role play this with me.
Okay.
Brett's the seller. So Brett, thank you so much for coming, for having me look at your house today. Your house is really beautiful. Assuming we're sitting at the table here. Before we get going, I want to ask you a couple of questions and just kind of get on the same page as you, and then I'm here to answer any questions you might have as well.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Can I take some notes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. So Brett, why are you selling?
We're moving to San Jose.
Oh, when do you need to be there?
I got a job starting there in like 2 months.
Awesome. Where are you going in San Jose?
well, the job is kind of close to downtown San Jose.
What's important to you about this move?
I guess we just need to, we need to kind of have it buttoned up and have the cash in our hand.
Awesome, let's just
before we
approve the
go.
paperwork right now and get started. How's that sound? So what's missing from that, thank you, Brad. What's missing from that needs analysis?
There's no depth,
Why was there no depth?
because you didn't ask, multiple questions as to why.
Right, who said I wasn't connecting, Richard?
Yeah, and you weren't speaking to his language.
Why did you feel, because that's true, was I connecting at all?
You weren't listening.
What's that?
You weren't validating.
I wasn't validating, I wasn't even really listening.
Yeah, you were just going.
I was
through your
going,
list.
what am I getting? Anybody ever get in a fight with their significant other?
Never.
No? I'm like this, right?
One of those.
My thing is, instead of listening to what the problem really is, when my significant other is giving it, I'm sitting there thinking about what I'm gonna say next. Who does that? Raise your hand, be honest. Okay. So that's a way not to connect. And there's nothing sincere about asking, it doesn't even show them really that I even care about the answers to any of these questions, right?
Yeah, you didn't ask, anything about the kind of job. Is it a move up? Is it a move down?
So,
Are you gonna
Let's do it
rent
again.
before you buy?
you're right. Yeah, I got,
What kind of work do you do?
right, absolutely.
Should I connect
Absolutely.
you with a realtor in that area? Do you have one yet?
Huh? Say it again?
Can you connect him to a realtor?
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you want a referral fee in San Diego? In San Diego, where the average sales price is what?
You are listening.
I didn't even hear.
Either way, the average sales price is $1 million.
You're right, I honestly was not listening. I was looking over here to see the order of these questions and what I was going to ask next.
Great role playing.
So let's do it again. Let's do it again. Ed, do this with me, okay?
All right.
So blah, 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 mind if I take some notes? Yes.
Am I the same
So
guy?
Ed, huh?
Am I the same guy?
It doesn't matter. No, that doesn't really matter. So Ed, before we get started, let me ask you a few questions and take some notes. Do you mind?
No, go ahead.
Excellent. So what's prompted this move? Why are you selling?
I've been working in Oakland for 30 years, and I want to be closer to home.
Oh, excellent.
And I
So
wanna move
30
my-
years in Oakland?
I need a warehouse where I'm moving to, because I'm going to move my job where I manufacture. I'm a metalsmith. I'm going to work near my home.
Awesome, awesome. When do you need to be in Oakland?
As
if you
soon as
had your-
possible, man. I'm burned out.
You're burned out, why? What do you mean?
Traveling to Oakland, working in that shop for 30 years. I'm ready for something new in life.
So right now, you're traveling back and forth to Oakland every workday?
Yes, sir.
Wow. How much time is that out of your day?
At least 2 to 3 hours a day on the road.
If you didn't have to spend that 2 to 3 hours a day on the road going back and forth to Oakland, what would you do with that time?
I'd probably do some gardening, spend some more time with
Taking notes,
my,
right?
my wife, my kids, everybody I love.
Is that different? Right? So here's the other, so we call that a 3D needs analysis. And the rule is, and this is fun, you guys, a 3D needs analysis, the rule is you must ask at least 2 questions about each answer before moving on to your next needs analysis question. And the real truth is, once you really operate from curiosity about someone, if you can get in this feeling inside yourself and disconnect yourself from the result of that appointment, whether you're going to get the listing or not, whether they're going to sign your buyer broker agreement or not, if you just will let go of that and stay in curiosity about that person, that'll change everything. And you may not even follow your entire needs analysis list of questions that you have. By the way, you should bring a list. I think it makes sense. I think it's professional. I think you start in the stuff that you have, and you're going to take notes, you may have like a little list. Once you've done it enough, you don't need a list of questions. But it's okay to bring it. It doesn't hurt. No one's going to look at it and go, oh, he's got a list. He must not know what he's doing. Really, I would look at it and go, John's got a list. He's prepared. He's concerned. He wants to know what's going on. So in a 3D needs analysis, if you, and the way we used to role play this, somebody had to make me do that because I was all about, when I first started, I was all about me. And I was all about talking. And I thought what people wanted to hear was what?
You talk.
Me talking. How many people in here are already tired of that? So, and also I was taught that. hey, these are the things that people care about, so tell them what you've done. And if you're new in the business and you haven't closed a lot of deals, talk about your company and what they've done and blah, blah, blah. We instead of I, all that kind of good stuff. And really, I missed the boat on all of this for a long time. And so with the 2 questions minimum about each answer, what happens? What was different about that?
Report.
Rapport. I agree. Yeah, I think it would help to create rapport more quickly. What else?
The prospect will lead you right directly to what they want.
Yes, thank you. He said, do you know why I asked him? So what would you do with that time if you had 3 hours a day you didn't have to spend on 101 and 37 and 80?
Closing.
Huh? Who said that?
Closing?
You said closing? Yes.
Or when you go to close, you can just kind of go back to it.
Yes.
And you get values. You start to hear what his values are.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. That is a bullet for my closing gun, is it not?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just saying, when things get difficult and it gets down to a couple of dollars, you remind them why you're doing it.
Yeah, actually, when I'm already in the deal and
Right.
stuff is, we're negotiations on repairs and all that kind of stuff and things, keep him focused on his what?
Why?
His why, which is what this class is about. So the recurring theme running through this class, the one thread that connects everything that you're going to hear today is why. Why are you in business? Why are the people you're working for doing what they're doing and using you or not using you? Why do you get up in the morning and come to work? So the 3 deep needs analysis is important. And what I want to do at the beginning here, take these 4 questions right now, and here's the goal when we do this. Yes, we're going to do something fun. When we do this, the goal is first of all, the person with the longest hair is the real estate agent, and the other person is the seller. And the goal is to not make a statement. The person who's a real estate agent cannot make a statement. They must only ask questions. Pair up in 2s. Really quickly right now, we're going to role play this. Role play needs analysis. Hello, hang on really quick. Take some notes when you role play this needs analysis if you're the real estate agent, because we're going to ask you guys some questions when you're done.